Hello viewer, welcome again to another discussion on this aspect of motion, circular motion. Please, we are still on circular motion. We have discussed on circular motion on before, we have discussed on it before, and we are still discussing it again. And under the circular motion, we say it's one of the type of motion, and we also discuss two forces under it. We discuss two forces, centripetal force and centrifugal force. And we say one keep the body along while the other one keep the body away from the circular part, while one keep it along the circular part. And one is inward force and the other one is outward force. The one that keep the body along the circular part is called centripetal force, while the one that keep the body away is called centrifugal force. And also forget the centripetal force is inward force. We also call inward force, while the one for the centrifugal force is called outward force. Please take note of that. Take note of that. It's very important. Now, let us now look at this normal force right now. But before I look at this aspect of today's teaching, let me use this opportunity to thank as many who are encouraging me on Facebook, on YouTube, and they are following me all. I love your doggedness. I love your doggedness. I love your doggedness, and also your determination. I love everything about you, and I love everything about you. Your patience as well, your zeal as well. I love everything about you. For your patience on this platform, I love everything. Thank you. God will definitely bless you for that spirit you have, and I want to keep the spirit high. Keep the spirit high. Keep the spirit high. Okay. Please don't forget, still join me on that platform. Still join me on that platform. I still remain there. On that Facebook page, I still remain there. Just type GB Jumbo Online Mathematics. While the one of the YouTube channel, just type Mathematics Science Mega Tutorial. You have me there. You see me and you watch me live there. You watch me live on that platform, and you learn so many things on that platform. Please just keep the spirit high, and God will definitely reward you, and God will bless you, of course. Okay, for the students who are also following me, I also use this opportunity to appreciate your determination as well. Just keep the spirit high, and God will definitely make you understand, and you will definitely understand every teaching we have on this platform. Whatsoever teaching we are giving on this platform, you will definitely get it right. Okay. And if you have any issue on concerning mathematics or concerning physics, you are free to ask. You are free to ask questions. You can contribute as well. You can, if you have any problem, you can ask, and it will be taken care of. Thank you for joining me once again. Now, I want to consider normal force and centripetal force. Remember, we have been on this aspect of motion before. This circular motion, we consider a case of a rope, and we consider a case of a rope whereby we say, if assuming you have a rope in your hand and you attach a board at one end of it and you weld it in a vertical circle, what provides the centripetal force? We say tension. Tension can provide it. Tension can provide it. In the case of a rope, tension provides the centripetal force. If an object or the object is moving in a circle or along a circular path, the tension can provide the centripetal force in the case of a rope. While the one in the case of a car on a curved path, remember we have learned something on that before. Okay, it says assuming a car is on the road, and if the car decides to turn on a curved path, what provides the centripetal force in order for the car to maintain this track as it turns without sliding? Now, what can provide that centripetal force in the case of that car turning on that curved path is simply static friction. The kind of force that will provide this centripetal force is static friction. Okay, please don't forget, I repeat again, in the case of a rope, tension can provide the centripetal force if an object is moving a circle or along a circular path, while in the case of a car turning on a curved path, static friction can provide the centripetal force. Okay, now let's now look at the normal force now. What can not, okay, in the case of this aspect now, we are still going to consider the case of a car. Yes, we are still going to consider the case of a car, but that one we considered before was on a curved path, whereby it's turning on the curved road and they want to turn. Okay, that was the one we considered before. But let's not consider a situation like this, whereby a hill now. Let us look at a hill, and this car is on a hill and it's moving on a hilly road. Let us see what will happen there. It means that normal force will not be involved. Normal force will provide the centripetal force. In the case of a hill, please take note. In the case of a hill, normal force will provide it. In the case of a hill, normal force will provide the centripetal force. Assuming now we have a road like this is the road, we come to a point, this is the road, we come to a point, and there's a slope here, there's a slope here, and as it moves, what happens? It will move again to this manner. What happened now? Let us see what happened now. Let us see what happened. Formerly it was here, this point A, therefore this one point A. Formerly it was here, point A, at this point here, point A. And now this one will have a weight force, which is W, and there's a normal force, and this is the contact force. This normal force is called contact force, okay? Now, as the body moves, this car moves, you get to this point, as you get to this point here, as you get to this point here, let me call this one point, let me call this one point B, point B. You know that this car is going to move in going to be a circular movement. This car is trying to climb this hill, there will be a circular movement, meaning force that will enable this one here. You know there's going to be a centripetal force here. There's going to be a centripetal force here. Meaning that this car will move in this manner, it will move in this manner, okay? It will move in this manner, this is the manner it will move, okay? Now, on this part, there's this point of, as this car is trying to climb this hill, mean to move in this manner, move in this manner. Okay, there is a force that's, remember the normal force, and it's upward, which is the contact force. And also here we have the centripetal acceleration. The centripetal acceleration is also what? Inward. Please don't forget that. While the weight here is W and it's downward, that is the weight force. Now, as the car comes to this point, what happens? It will also maintain as it's coming down, as it's maintaining this track. Okay, you want to maintain this track so that this car will not leave the track. I mean, therefore, something will happen again and it will move in a circular path here. I mean, there will be a circular movement here. Okay, as it's coming down, there will be a circular movement there. Therefore, now, it means that here, the acceleration here will also be directed. The acceleration here will also be directed inward. Okay, the acceleration will be directed inward. And the normal force will be upward. The normal force will be what? Upward. Okay, and what is going to be the weight? The weight will be downward. The weight will be what? The weight is going to be what? Downward. Yeah, the weight will be downward. The weight is going to be downward. Okay, we have the weight as downward. Okay, now in this case, now what can we do now? Let us now get the net force here, and the only component here is a vertical component, which is the Fy, and it's going to give us Fn minus W, and when we do that, the sum of the forces here is going to be 0, and therefore we are going to have Fn minus Mg, and now making the Fn the subject, you have what? Mg there. Okay, that's what the point. This one is at point B. Take note. This one is at point A. At point A. Let us call this one point C, please. Let us consider here as point C. At point A, let us see. Okay, at point A, this is what we have here. Okay, let us consider point B. At point B, what will happen? At point B, let us see what will happen. Really happen there at point B. It means that something will happen in the look at it. It means that we're going to have sigma Fy. Also, we have a vertical opponent there. It will be okay. It will be okay. We have Fn. Fn is moving up. Fn is moving up, and what is W? W is moving down. In this case, now we have MA here, MA, and the acceleration there you can see is inward. It's going to be okay equal Fm here now. Fm minus mg. Please don't forget mg. Now in this case now, the A there is the centripetal acceleration. Please don't forget our centripetal acceleration is v square over r. Therefore, I'll put here now, and here now become what? Now, is it okay? It's upward now, which is positive. Therefore, become mv square over r equal fn minus mg. Now, making fn the subject here, making fn the fn the subject, fn the subject, we are going to have fn here. We are going to have fn equal mv square over r. This one will move over, become plus mg. Okay, which is the same thing as n, because we factor out n, become what v square over r plus g. This one becomes the formula when it's at point B. What about at point C? Let us see what happens. At point C, let us see what happens. At point C, let us see what happens. At point C, let us see what happens. Now, in this case, now you can see that the Fn there, I'm going to get sigma Fy, so because vertical there. Okay, this one becomes what now? Fn minus. Okay, the W is downwards, which is minus. The Fn is positive. Okay, in this case, I will have MA here equal, and what is the acceleration? The acceleration is downward. Okay, it is going to be negative at the end. Let us see. This one becomes Fn minus mg. Okay, now in this case, now my acceleration is downward. Look at it, it's negative because which is my acceleration is v square over r become 1 minus m v square over r. Okay, that's what we have there. Okay, now in this case, now we have fn minus mg. Now in this case, I want to make fn the subject of the formula. If I make it the subject, I will have fn, and this one will move over. If it's moving over, I'm going to have mg. I'm going to have mg minus what? Okay, minus mv square over r. This is what I'm going to have here. I'm going to have fn, which is equal mg minus what? mv square r. That is what we have there. It means that this is simply how we resolve a situation like this. This is how we resolve a situation like this. It means that at point A, this is what we have, the normal force. At point B, this is what we have as our normal force. At point B, this is the normal force we have here. While at point C, look at the normal force we have here. Meaning normal force provides the centripetal force. In this case, in the case of a hilly road, normal force provides the centripetal force. Now, this one can as well be given as this. Now, factor out n, because n common sign, because what? G minus nv square. Sorry, v square here because of v square over g. This one becomes okay over r, g over r. This is what we have here. We factor out n, that is what we have there. Meaning that fn becomes this or this. Meaning both of them are correct. You can see there, meaning in the case of a hill, the normal force provides the centripetal force. In the case of a rope, tension provides the centripetal force. While in the case of a curved path, meaning a car on the curved path, meaning you want to turn, it's turning on a curved path, meaning what will keep that car on that track as it turns without sliding, it is a static friction that will provide the centripetal force. You can see now, okay, what about a case whereby we are having a circular movement whereby a car is moving on a circle, Now, what is going to be in that case? Now, what will be the force that will provide the centripetal force? What will be this force that will provide the centripetal force? Please, in our next teaching, we are going to consider that. That one will be part 2. That one is going to be part 2 of this teaching. Now, this one, the one we have just considered now, is normal force and centripetal force. This one is the part 1 of it. We are going to consider that one as part 2, whereby the car now is moving on a circular path, in a circle. Let us consider that one in our next teaching. Thank you very much for joining me on this platform. God will definitely bless you for your patience, your doggedness, and your zeal. Keep the spirit high. All the best.